Recently, I moved to the iOS world with the iPhone 12 Pro after using Android devices my whole life, and I made a couple episodes on my channel about the differences that I found and the problems that I faced with the iPhone, but you guys came for the rescue in the comments and in messages telling me different ways of doing things, and I gathered all of that and did a lot of research to give you the best and most useful tips and tricks for the iPhone that will benefit both old and new iOS users. So, hey guys, my name is Ammar Ajjoub. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump right into it. One of the most annoying things that I faced with the iPhone that it doesn't have a gaming mode. For example, if I want to game and I start getting notifications, I can't just do not disturb mode, which like it'll disconnect the game, and especially if it's a game online, as you can see, it's gonna reboot, which is really annoying. And there's two solutions for that. You can put do not disturb mode just before you enter the game, which is not very ideal, but the other ideal and perfect solution is guided access. And to start guided access, you go to the settings, you go down to accessibility, and then you go to guided access and you turn it on. It's useful in a lot of cases. Maybe you just want to game and you don't want to get any notifications. That will work just fine. Maybe if you wanted to get your phone to your child and let them play for a bit and have a timer and lock after the timer goes off, also that works. Or maybe you want to give your phone to someone and you really don't want them to go around your phone or see the notifications that you're getting. In that case, it's also really useful. You can toggle on guided access with a quick triple tap, and here you go, it's on. And to end guided access, you can either double tap and use your Face ID to end guided access, or you can triple tap and use a passcode. And I love guided access mode and do not disturb mode just because I can triple tap at any time and I don't need to go to the control panel and then disconnect the game. A couple of tricks that you guys told me about that I found so useful, which is as the following. If I want to move a couple of apps at the same time from a place to another, for example, I want to move these apps, we go to jiggle mode, I keep on holding that app, tap on the other apps, and now we have all the apps here. Let's say I want to move them here, and boom, they're all moved at the same time. Also, another trick that you guys told me about, if I want to get rid of the apps and put them in the app drawer, and I can't like do all of them at the same time, well, go to jiggle mode, put all the apps that I want to get rid of in one page, and then uncheck the page. And boom, all the apps that I put there that I don't want in my home screen, I don't like need to get rid of every one of them by itself. And it's really useful if you want to organize your home screen very fast. Next up, we have one of the things that I got really used to in Android, which is typing the name in the keypad on the phone app. For example, I want to type mom, it doesn't show mom. And I used to use this feature a lot on Android for quick calling. For example, also like dad, it doesn't show anything. So the solution for that, you can swipe down on the home screen, right, mom, and here you go. And by the way, you can use this to search literally anything on your phone or on the web. So use it every now and then. It's really helpful. Also, another annoying thing in the phone app, that when I type, for example, a number, it doesn't show the name till the full number is written. And it's really hard to find a number, or if you want to remember a number. But you can also use this tab, as I told you, to find also numbers. For example, here you go. By the way, subscribe. Next up, we have the Mail app, and I use this app a lot to manage all my emails. But the problems with it, that when I wanted to attach a file, I need to do this, attach, or do whatever I want to do. And it's really annoying. But there's actually an easier way to do it. You can tap this little arrow and you can find the same features, or you can swipe, as you can see here, and you can get all these the same feature as you get over here, but much easier. Next up, I have a tip for you that will save your ears from the bleeding sound of the notification while wearing a headphone. You can go to the settings, go down to sound and haptics, and then headphone safety. You can reduce loud sounds on your headphones, like the notifications or any other loud sound in that matter, to not let your ears bleed when you get loud sounds in your headphones. And you can choose the decibel that you don't want your phone to go higher than. And by the way, while we are in the settings, there's a new feature that got rolled out with the latest 14.4 update, which you can choose the type of the Bluetooth device, if it's a speaker, a headphones, or hearing aid, or so on and so forth. And it's so useful for the tip that I just told you about, to let your phone know that this is a headphones and this is a speaker. Next up, if you're coming from Android and you're used to the haptics coming from the keyboard on your Android device, and you're really bummed out that the iPhone keyboard doesn't have that, well, I got you covered. Go to the App Store, and search for Gboard, which is Google keyboard. Download that, open it up, and then enable full access to the Gboard. Plus, go down all the way and enable haptic feedback on key press. And now when you put your Gboard here, you do have haptics when you type in, which is really satisfying because I really hate when the phone is silent and you're typing and it feels like you're typing on glass, but on Gboard, you feel that you're pressing a key. You feel that there's haptic feedback. And by the way, if you are an Android user, then you're used to controlling the volume of the ringtone from the volume keys. But here on iOS, the default is the media. And to change that, you go to the settings, go to sound and haptics, and change volume with the button. So now when you go to the home screen and click on the volume keys, you get this ringer on top. Also, if you are an Android user and you used to have an eraser in your calculator and you move to iOS and you're calculating and you added a 4, for example, by mistake, you don't have an eraser even in the landscape mode with all these features, but you don't have an eraser. How do you erase the 4? Well, just swipe from left to right and it's gonna erase what you just did. And it's so annoying that I didn't know this feature existed. And I recalculated so many calculations just because of that. But now we all know about this feature. And we have the same undo features in other apps. For example, in the Notes app, if you made a mistake or if you want to do an undo, you can undo by swiping with 3 fingers from right to left. You can undo, as you can see, or you can redo by doing from left to right. And you can redo. You can triple tap with 3 fingers to undo, and it's gonna show you on top that you can redo or undo. And that's been it for today's episode. I hope you learned something new or helped you out a bit. If I did, give it a sub, and don't forget that life is all about love and dance. See ya.